guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, this is a daily for Wednesday, December 20th. Okay. I think it's a good throw, but I think that it's a day where you're really looking at why you're doing what you're doing. Maybe for a living. I think it's just reassessment. So let's go through it, okay? We've come in with the energy of the High Priestess, okay? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Temperance card, and the Eight of Swords, okay? And I pulled a Fortune card, and we have lucky number 7, green Saturn, okay? That card speaks of, a gift, money, a bonus. You may get something here, or you may realize that you need to take on some new skills. I think what's happening here is I think that may be disappointing, but I think that it wakes you up, right? Saturn is all about slow and steady. It's about crisis points that show us we're out of balance, right? Just because I say this doesn't mean that it's that I think it's easy. It's not. Saturn comes in and it's about slow and steady and perseverance and really dedicating yourself to something, okay? I think the realization here is that you may be in a career or a job that is terrible, right? It's an example would be, but you're doing it, which means that you're living not to your full potential. And this is exactly where Saturn would come in to say, look, you come here with all of these skills and all of these gifts, and you're not doing them because you're either lazy, right? And let's just be honest. Sometimes it really just does come down to that. Or, you're just not sure of yourself, right? With the High Priestess, I think what's happening here is this is a cyclical thing, right? I think that it comes in and it gets to breaking points, and then you take a few days off or you take the weekend off, and it's not as horrible when you go back. But the net is you're not happy, okay? So I think that what you're doing here is, I think your life, and I'm just going to throw this in here too, because spirituality, guys, is not, and this is not my personal opinion, it just is not a specific thing on a map or something that we achieve. It's this whole life that we're here for, from the beginning to the end of this life. It's a spiritual journey. It's your spiritual path. Living your life is a spiritual path. And to what degree you do that is how on point you are, right? If you are unbalanced in some part of your life and you're hitting resistance, or something is unbalanced, it's just showing you where you're off your path. And that's all. I think it's very easy to keep our lives in a really peaceful, calm place when we're not engaging with the world, right? Some people will ask me consistently, my life is really great, but then I've got to go to work, or then I've got to go out to the store, or then I've got to get in the car, or then it's me plus the world, right? And that's when it gets hard sometimes. People will say, I think I'm off my spiritual path. It just means that you're just needing to adjust how you engage with the world. We don't need to like everything that goes on around us, and we really don't need to accept it. We can remove ourselves from the situations, from the people, right? We have opportunities. We have things that we can do, right? But I think that it gets to a point where when we're not disengaging from something like a crappy job or a relationship or something, a ride to work in the morning can be, whatever it is, it's just showing you where you're off your path, right? And it's not that our goal here is to remain at peace, engaging in the world. So if things around you are throwing you out of your comfort zone, or they're making you unhappy, or you're feeling whatever, it's just showing you that you're not where you're supposed to be. And that's what I think that this reading is about. Okay, I think that you're not living up to your potential. I think you can. You're being encouraged in here that if you've got something that you are good at, and you think it's maybe just a hobby, now is the time to get that out. And you know, maybe you tried to run with something before and it didn't work. Now is the time to really do that. It would be lucrative for you for sure. Okay. I think too, again, you're trying to figure out things that are just beyond your control. They can be world events. They can be people's actions. You know, we cannot, as much as we think we can, walk in someone else's shoes. We just can't. So a lot of the times when we're saying, I honestly, where is this person coming from? How could they possibly think like that? The fact of the matter is you're never going to figure that out. So just be okay with it, let it go, and realize it's part of someone else's path and you don't need to understand it. So let go of the things that really are outside of your control, right? And I think Saturn's really just coming in here and it's saying you need to put the focus more on yourself and getting your life back, or getting your life to a place where you want it to be, and not so much worried about other people, okay? And that's a delicate balance sometimes, right? Because we have to engage with people to a certain degree, okay? I think you've got a great control of self-control, action, skill. For some of you, you're stalking people. You probably don't want to do that. That's not a great thing to do, right? Or people are stalking you. One of the two, you know hopefully which end of the fence you're on here. Don't ask me where that came from, but it's a message for somebody here. You've got ideas here. Again, you're really being asked to put them into work, implement them, get a good plan for them. That's Saturn, right? Planning, slow, steady, seeing the plan, but you've got to see the steps involved too, right? Otherwise, if you cannot put a timeline on it and anchor it, it's not a plan, guys. It's just a daydream, okay? Again, I think that someone may be staying in a job or staying in a relationship. Well, I stay in this relationship because they pay the bills, or I stay in this job even though I hate my boss. He talks incessantly about negativity, and I'm trying to be a positive person, but I stay because the pay is good. You know, these are the things where Saturn will come in, and if you don't get a handle on it, it's going to show you where, you know, you'll lose that crappy job, right? And then you'll be forced to find something else, or that relationship will tank and you'll be forced to, you know, do something else. When we don't buck the system and try to figure everything out, you know what I mean? When we just know, you know what, it's pretty simple. I hate this job. I'm going to get another job. This relationship just is not working. I'm going to go on to something else. They're simple, but when we get in there and we circle the bend and circle the bend and circle the bend, and that's what that Wheel of Fortune is too. It's the lower, they're both Arcana cards. I'm comparing the Wheel of Fortune to the Judgment card, right? They're both, the Wheel of Fortune is less of a degree. Like you've got a little bit of, you'll be presented with an option, right? The universe will come in. It's here. You just need to call it in, but it's an opportunity. Right? You're presented with, destiny may present itself in the form of another job, right? But you have in here with the wheel, you can say, no, you can buck the system. Unlike when the Judgment card comes and it's like, I am out of here. You know what I mean? So the Temperance card too, it's the balance between wanting something yesterday and knowing that you've got to put the work in. And that's really all that I think it is. Okay, so it's really assessing things, really taking a look at things and what matters to you, what doesn't, what do you want to leave behind, and what would make your life happy. And that's really what this comes down to. It's pretty straightforward, but it can be in any regard. And for others of you, I don't know what you're doing or why you would be stalking someone, but it came through clearly mid-sentence for me. So somebody's doing that. And if you think somebody is stalking you, that I guess is confirmation that they most likely are. So there you go. Okay, I hope that I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do anything for you, okay? Thank you so much.